My name is Renee Noyox. I am a sergeant with the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office. I am a mother, I'm a sister, I'm an aunt, and I also have several family members that are addicted.
My name is Joel Pomalis. I'm a person in long-term recovery from a substance use disorder, more commonly known as addiction. I've been in recovery for a little over 4 years, since July of 2011. Which means for me is, abstaining from alcohol and other drugs and rebuilding my life.
My name's Donna DiStefano, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about some of the struggles that our family had and what we went through with substance use disorder. Addiction happens behind the most beautiful doors because nobody is exempt from this disease.
My name's Laura DeSimone. I'm 25. I'm from Brick, New Jersey. And I struggle with mental health and addiction. I have my whole entire life. Today is my 25th birthday, which I never thought I would actually see.
My name is Christina Fagan, and I'm from Ringwood, New Jersey. I lost my son Nicholas to a heroin overdose on May 10th, 2013. He was such a happy kid, and he could go into a room of 100 strangers and come out with 100 friends. And, when he went to high school, he discovered he liked getting high. And it just progressed.
It started years ago with my sister, who is an addict in recovery currently. And I had to help raise her children. So when they say addiction is a family disease, it truly is a family disease. My niece lived with me for years, as I said. And you would never think this would happen, but I guess as a result of maybe her parents not being there or whatever for her. She suffered from some self-esteem issues, and she also got involved with drugs. She started off in high school taking pills. Unbeknownst to me, she wound up, she moved back with her mother, who was addicted, and then got addicted herself to heroin. And as a law enforcement officer, we would have to respond to overdose deaths. And as a result of that, I never knew, was I going to get the phone call and it was going to be someone I loved or someone I knew. And recently, I had to live that experience. I lost one of my nieces in July to an overdose. And I have to tell you, it was life-changing for me.
I remember being a happy kid, always. I don't ever remember being depressed or sad or anything. I came from a really good family. I just never really felt like I fit in. And when I started drinking and partying, I made a bunch of friends, and it was just fun. And my grades just went from straight A's to failing.
You think, well, they're a teenager, they're just, acting like normal teenagers do, they're sleeping late, they're changing friends, they have different interests, and you don't realize that these are some of the signs of addiction.
I started using at a young age, and within a number of years, I was consumed by this illness, and due to a lack of education and some misinformation and criminalization of this disorder, I just thought that I was a bad person. And it wasn't until over a decade later, when I entered into recovery, that I learned that I had an illness, that it was a disease that could be treated, and that I wasn't just a bad person.
What I try to do professionally and what I try to do personally is break the stigma and break the shame. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
We can't stay silent anymore. We have to bring this out into the open, and we were embraced from our community with open arms. Enough is enough. There's 85 million people suffering with addiction, and that's 1 in 3 households. That's 1 in 3 households. That's tremendous.
My sister, my niece, my nephews, have been arrested in the environment that I work in. I'm not ashamed of it. When people say, oh, it's a choice, and I hear that, a lot, and you hear that from people that are in law enforcement as well as just people that don't understand addiction. It's a choice. Well, if you've ever lived it and you've ever seen a person go through it or a loved one go through it, maybe initially it's a choice, But then once they're addicted, it's no longer a choice.
One of my favorite things about recovery is that it gave me just the opportunity to to dream, you know, like I dream again, and like I just chase it with everything that I have.
Of course, there was days when I got clean that I wanted to use. There was days where I wanted to just give up, that I just didn't think, you know, life was even worth it. Like, why did I get clean for this, you know? But my worst day clean still tops my best day when I was using. So it's a better life. It's a life.
I love my daughter so much, and I just couldn't stand seeing this happen to her, and I wanted to understand it, and I wanted to help her. Things are good now. They're really good, and it's her birthday today. On my 25th birthday, I was asked to come here and make this video, and I just hope that maybe there was a reason behind it, even if I can get one person to want to change their life, you know, then I feel like I did a good thing today. Addiction affects the lives of so many.
Your story can change a life.
Your story can change a life.
By talking about it, we can end the stigma.
I choose to be a face.
I choose to be a face.
I choose to be a face.